Sun leaning sideways through the glass, dust in the light as hours pass. Shoes kicked off by the chair, one man drifting everywhere. Street sound softened by the heat, lazy rhythm in the street. Someone for a radio tune, flowing through the afternoon. Lighthearted afternoon, nothing heavy in the room. Let the small breeze carry you. Lighthearted afternoon, lighthearted afternoon. Clouds moving like a tune, worries waiting out of you. Lighthearted afternoon, soft and slow. Let it go. Yeah, phone turned over on the desk. No messages I need to check. Sun on my arms, quiet chair. Simple calm in the air. I let every thought drift wide, like kites that slip outside. Some days you just step away, let the noise decay. Not forever, just a while. Time enough to breathe and smile. Somewhere in the golden hue, the day resets you. You don't solve the whole wide world in the middle of a swirl. Sometimes peace is just a space where the mind can slow its pace. Let the sunlight draw a line between a rush and quiet time. Just a pause before the night, holding light. Lighthearted afternoon, sun across the room, nothing urgent coming due. Lighthearted afternoon, gentle. 혼자는 널 두서 Tracklist on Miller. Small gun, but I'm not ready. Anywhere near it. Hands moving and out of habit. Ass doing the same, book my itchy go gonna your dip. Don't even name my answer, so I'm not on time. Say yeah when it should. Bad easy over my thoughts. Already mixed, but sure. Having cousin and us to be, absent and us to be. This is what it looks like when you don't put it loose. Auto reply on. Glance at the line. I'm master, I'm not gone. So in the train I get lights on, but nothing's low to me. I hear words they don't say. We just pass through, on you with it later. That's due to me smooth. Clock keeps counting like usual. No rush on back. I've learned how to disappear without unpacking my bag. Yeah, my belly not escape, just step in the side. Bet everything one more, I don't ride alone. Says that I'm the wrong binds you best. Hope you got a stone right off. I think it was plain, still doing it, you just ain't afraid. I've mastered this trade, ate it without making a sound. Still pack a strand that's named, but don't wave around. Thoughts best as I fish massively dusty. Every window left open, and I'm busy, hey. So I don't need a rest, I don't need sleep. Just a few hours, wait out a holy kick. Wait, everything you last a minute, everything in night. This smoke does it fix me, it just sticks me high. But someone asked where I went, I wouldn't know what to say. I didn't go anywhere, I just stepped away. Still reachable, kept me please, still in view. but mentally unavailable for a while or two. Still loving, same deck, same day, FedEx space out of office. Did I say loving Germanic? Yeah. Eventually I'll come back around, reattach the way, make up what I set down, rejoin the taste. But right now I'm coasting, I muscle memory. The inner world keep moving without you salting me. I'm not dropping the ball, I'm just loosening breath. Some days you don't clock out, you just slip. Still here, still a sign, still answering when it counts. But if you're looking for me, I'm not really around. No sign on the door, still nobody home. Yeah, out of office. Yeah, your coffee ring on a borrowed desk. Sunlight hitting like it's guessing. We open laptops, closed our minds, scroll past most of the deadlines. Nobody sprinting, nobody late, just sitting with the idea of a day. Check one thing off, left hand alone. Still felt fine when the hours were gone. We call this productivity now. Nodded twice, so now that counts. Didn't move much, still burn it down. We call this productivity now. We call this productivity now. Ooh, baby, baby, baby. Yeah. Second cup but the same old sip. Talked in circles and let it drift. You said yeah, I said probably. That was enough of accountability. Calendar looks busy in theory, and practice is just us and the ceiling. No pressure tone, no fake concern, just letting the afternoon turn. Yeah. Not everything needs a push. Some things live in the maybe zone. We didn't rush, we didn't lose, just stayed exactly where we were shown. Ideas, partly cars and shades, still warm, but in no rush to change. We made plans we won't defend, left them loose at both ends. A meeting with no clear results, still felt lighter than default. If nothing moved, nothing broke, that's a win for most folks. We call this productivity now. Shared a look, let the moment pass. Didn't climb, but we leveled out. We call this productivity now. We call this productivity now. Ooh, wait, there was a time I chased the proof. Metrics, minutes, tangible truth. Now I trust the slowest signs, like ease not fighting back this time. If the day ends calm and clean, if we're not drained by what we mean, then maybe that's the whole design. A quiet check mark in the mind. Maybe rest just wears a better suit. Maybe effort doesn't have to bruise. If the room feels balanced, I'm convinced something worth even if it's missed. Yeah. Walked outside, city still awake, nothing changed, still felt okay. We didn't hustle, didn't stall, just existed, that's all. Tomorrow can't ask for more, tonight was light and that's the score. Some days don't need a crown, they just sit down. Call this productivity now. No receipts, no amounts, just coffee cups and knotted brows. We call this productivity now. We call this productivity now. Ooh, same table, same sound, still somehow counts. Yeah. Quite much. Not you. Alarm already did its job, but I didn't move with it. Lights coming in sideways like it's not committed. Coffee's brewing untouched, time's doing that thing where it doesn't push you yet, but it's not waiting. Messages can stay on road, no one needs me now. It's part of the day, feels unofficial somehow. Like the world's backstage before it opens wide. I'm standing in the in-between, letting it slide. This is the side B of the morning, not the start, not the rush. Day hasn't packed the tone yet, still feels soft to touch. This is the side B of the morning, where nothing's locked in. Before the noise remembers where it's supposed to begin. I'm dressed but not ready, shoes on, mind loose. Thinking about nothing, still watching the view. Streets waking up slowly like it's stretching its arms. No urgency in the sound, just low level calm. I don't need motivation or a reason to move. The tower doesn't ask for that, it just lets you exist. I know in a minute the pace will change, but right now today's undecided. And I like it that way. No labels yet, just tight. I've learned not to skip this part even when I could. This quiet doesn't last long, but it's good. It's where thoughts line up with a full center shape. Where the day hasn't told me who I need to be today. I'm not planning the hours, I'm not checking ahead. Just letting the morning finish loading in my head. Side B of the morning, still playing low. Not the headline version, but the one I know. Side B of the morning, before the switch where everything's possible and nothing's fake. Soon enough it'll get loud and I'll fall instead. But for now I'm staying here and it's almost here. Not late, not early, just passing through, yeah. Side B of the morning. Yeah. Airplane mode. Notifications stuck to my screen. I don't open them, I just see. Nothing in there feels immediate. Nothing calling me. Yeah. Afternoon light through the blinds hits the floor, doesn't rush. Whole day already halfway gone and I didn't touch much. I'm not hiding, I'm just off, that's the difference I learned. Some hours don't want replies, they want space in return. I slide the switch, let it go, no sound, no reach. This call that a day feels better out of reach. I've answered enough for today. Said yes, said sure, said okay. Now my voice needs a break even from myself. Clock keeps moving, I don't check. Time works fine without me. Sun's doing its something, I let it be. Now everything's urgent, even if it looks that way. This afternoon doesn't need me, so I'm staying disengaged. I'm still here, still breathing, just unavailable. Like the sky when the plane cuts through, unreachable but visible. Airplane mode, afternoon, no signal getting through. Nothing broken, nothing wrong, just choosing not to move. Airplane mode, afternoon, yeah, that's the truth. If it matters, it can wait. If it doesn't, it don't move, yeah. I'm not calling this escape, it's more like a pause. Like letting the echo fade before the next call. Thoughts settle and then I chase, ideas come and go. I don't hold on to any of them, I just let them show. This hour doesn't need a plan, doesn't need a name. It's just a quiet pocket in the middle of the day. Soon enough, I'll turn it back on, rejoin the stream. But right now, I like the silence more than being seen. Still the same world outside, still spinning fine. I'm just not here, surrendering for a little time. No alerts, no tune, just this calm in the room. Yeah, play mode afternoon. Airplane mode afternoon. Mandarin Mood today, nothing special on the way. Still the sunlight finds my face, and hands, tiny sparks of citrus in segments line like morning light. Simple kind of content, juice bright on my fingertips. Window halfway open wide, warm air drifting through the room. Quiet smile I can't hide. No brand news on my phone, no parade outside the street. Still the world feels lightly sweet, balanced and complete. Maybe joy is smaller things, soft as sunlight on the skin. You don't need a bigger tune, just a brighter afternoon. City humming far away, like a mellow background song. Curtain breathing with the wind, nothing rushing along. Citrus scent across the air, color glowing in the bowl. Little suns across the table, lighting up the soul. Sometimes days don't need a plot, no dramatic scene to prove. Just a quiet pulse of good, that's the mood. Golden circles on the plate, light reflecting off the pill. Somehow everything aligns in a way you barely feel. No fireworks overhead, no loud story to conclude. Just the calm inside the room, golden Mandarin mood. Mandarin mood today, gentle sunshine in the way. Nothing heavy left to prove, just this Mandarin mood. Mandarin mood, bright hue, sweet and simple, clean and true. Little things begin to bloom in this Mandarin mood. One more slice and the day still tastes bright. Stood up with a reason, lost it halfway. Door frame paused like a thought delay. Cup in my hand, don't know why. Kitchen light asking me questions I can't reply. Every step felt confident though, like momentum knows more than I know. Body moving, mind on roll. Somehow ended up not home. Yeah, a hallway echoing my shoes. Each one short, each one loose. I passed the mirror, now the back like yeah I'm doing something relaxed. Had a mission, had a point. I swear it mattered at some point. Now it's gone, but I'm still here, standing like the plan will reappear. I forgot why I stood up, but I'm already on my way. Purpose slipped out somewhere between the floor and yesterday. I forgot why I stood up, still moving all the same. Guess motion doesn't need a reason once it's in a frame. Yeah. It's funny how the body leads like it's got its own set of needs. Mind checks out for half a beat, legs already crossed the street. I didn't question, didn't stop, just trusted the autopilot. If this was meant to mean something, it'll catch up eventually. Not lost, not found, just temporarily unassigned. Some directions don't come with words, they just feel like time. Yeah, I used to panic in these gaps, run back, retrace my tracks. Now I let the moment hang, see what else my head forgets. Maybe I stood up just to stand, change the angle, shift the land. Even pauses need a walk, sometimes stillness needs to talk. Yeah. I forgot why I stood up, didn't slow me down. Purpose is optional once you're moving around. I forgot why I stood up. 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 Still feels kinda right, like the act itself was enough. Yeah, was enough for the night. Yeah, for tonight. Passed by task I didn't choose. Let him sit, let him lose the grip on what I owe. I'll get back when I know. Every rumor softly said, every pause or maybe yet. If I don't remember why, I'll just borrow the time. Maybe intention is overrated, maybe motion just wants to breathe a gentle drift from point A to wherever the body leads. If the answer doesn't show, that's fine, I'll let it go. Some journey start misstepping in without a goal. I stopped walking, left it off, leaned against the countertop. Didn't get what I came for, but I don't feel lost anymore. There's comfort in the in-between, where nothing's urgent, nothing's seen. Just me up right aware that I moved because I could stand there. Yeah, yeah. I forgot why I stood up. Guess it wasn't that deep. Sometimes movement is the thought the mind couldn't keep. I forgot why I stood up. Still ended up okay. Purpose can't wait. I'm already on my way. Yeah. Standing still.
Yeah.
You were talking, I was timing my breath, counting lights on the ceiling instead. Caught a word, then I lost the thread. Smiled right on cue like I always did. My head moved before my mind checked in. A reflex dressed up as discipline. I know that nod, I know it well. It's my cleanest way to exit a spell. I nodded without listening, like it meant the same thing. Automatic agreement, social oil in the machine. I nodded without listening, no signal, miss no scene. Just muscle memory, doing what it seems. Yeah. You paused like you wanted a sign. I gave you one bar, not mine. Yeah, totally soft and thin. Bought myself a little skin. I mastered the art of appearing there. Eyes engaged, mind elsewhere. Not rude, not distant, not gone. Just floating slightly off the song. It's not that I don't care, it's just easier this way. Some moments don't ask for presents, they just ask you not to break the frame. Yeah, I've learned where the beats should land, when and not when to raise a hand. The rhythm of being polite is quieter than being right. Sometimes listening takes more weight than I've got in my mental state. So I move my head, let it pass. Hope the moment doesn't ask me back. I nodded without listening, kept the peace intact. Didn't slow the conversation, didn't push it back. I nodded without listening, felt smooth, felt clean, like a practice response in a practice routine. There was a time I'd force my focus, stay sharp just to prove I noticed. Now I pick my battles like save my hearing for another night. Not every word needs a home, some just wanna be shown that they landed somewhere near a face and not an ear. Maybe this is how we cope with too much sound, not enough space. A subtle yes to keep it moving while our thoughts take a break. If presence had a spectrum, I'm living in the gray. Not gone enough to disappear, not here enough to stay. Yeah. Like you wrapped it up, seemed satisfied. I don't think I technically lied. I agreed with the tone, the speed, the shape of what you needed from me. Later on alone I thought about what you might have brought. Funny how it didn't stick. Guess then I was doing all the work. I nodded without listening, still knew when it was done. That's the trick of social gravity, you fall without the run. I nodded without listening, not proud, not mean. Just another human move in a shared routine. Head moves slow, mind stays loose. Didn't hear, still approve. Yeah, a menu glowing like a Mandarin. Yeah, we skimmed the top, ignored the floor. Yeah, you said that one, I said sure. Finger tap before we were sure. Didn't wait, didn't ask, didn't run the pros and math. Something in the way we shrugged felt like trust or just enough. Server nodded, walked away. Yeah, decision locked without delay. Yeah, we leaned back like it was planned, even though we didn't understand. what we wanted, what we meant. Just knew we didn't wanna spend another minute circling. Options start to feel like no. We ordered before deciding. Let the moment choose the shape, yeah. Didn't know what we were craving. Still it somehow hit the play, yeah. We ordered before deciding, and it worked out fine. Funny how less thinking gets it right sometimes. Yeah, there's a comfort in committing light, yeah, yeah. Not forcing everyone to fight, yeah, yeah. I've been stuck in choices deep, yeah. Ended up more tired than pleased. This felt easier by design, even if it wasn't mine. Maybe taste adjusts itself when you stop asking. So much of it, not careless, not rushed, just done with the maybe phase, hey. Some answers don't need proof, they just need to be played. Yes, yeah, yeah. I've noticed how life mirrors this. The best they start like accidents. You lean in first, explain it later. Call it instinct, call it favor. If it's wrong, we'll deal with that, but it rarely ever is. Most things land close enough when expectations not too strict. Did we order before deciding? No debate, no review, yeah. Ended up exactly somewhere we didn't know we wanted to. We ordered before deciding, no regret inside. Sometimes rough alignment is the right kind of right. Yeah, yeah. Food arrived, we shared a look, yeah, yeah. Like yeah, this works, let's not overcook, yeah, yeah. The story of how we got here already fading. Taste still clear, didn't need to justify, yeah, yeah. Didn't need a reason why, yeah, yeah. The result spoke for itself, yeah. That's usually how it helps. Maybe choice is overrated when you trust the room you're in, yeah. A little faith and momentum, let it now step in. If you hesitate too long, you miss the open door. Sometimes action is the thought you were waiting for, yeah, yeah. We ate slow, talk less, let the outcome settle in. Not perfect, not precise, just a solid middle win. I don't need the best thing, just something that aligns close enough, feels honest most of the time, yeah, yeah. We ordered before deciding, didn't map it out, yeah. Still somehow landed where we're good right now, yeah, yeah. We ordered before deciding, and I do it again, yeah. Some things work better when you don't pretend. Menu close, yeah. Table set, yeah. Not exact, yeah. No regret, yeah, 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 yeah. No regret, yeah, yeah. Nobody really wanted to leave, yeah. Air still holding on to the heat. Party emptied out in waves, tail lights drifting through the haze. Someone laughing near the gate, trying hard to stretch the lane. Shopping carts against the curb, buzzing signs and distant birds. Summer sticking to the skin, like the night still wanted in. We stood talking by your car, not about anything hard, just little things that somehow stayed floating in the parking lot air. Nobody saying one last thing, nobody forcing meaning. Still the moment held its shape, like it knew not to break. Street lamp glow across your face, radio low, engine wait. Even silence had a groove, sitting there with me and you. Parking lot weather makes people stay too long, halfway leaving, halfway hoping. The night keeps hanging on. Parking lot weather, warm wind through the dark. Something about those in between places hits a little harder on the heart, yeah, yeah. ice melting in paper cups. Nobody really wrapping up. Conversation slowing down like tired songs still hanging around. You lean back against the door, said you kinda liked ignoring. Little places after hours where nobody asks for more. I said maybe that's the trick, nothing trying to be big. Let the moment breathe enough to actually exist. And the asphalt held the heat long after sunset left the street. Like the night refused to cool until we finally moved. No dramatic final line, no call me when you get inside. Just the comfort of delay before the world resumes its pace. Every second stretching thin, like neither one of us gave in to ending what already felt good exactly as it was. Parking lot weather, neon humming overhead. Everything felt easier than what we usually said. Parking lot weather, late July and faded gold. Funny how the smallest moments can leave the strongest hold, yeah. Eventually somebody drove away, then another disappeared. The night got wider, quieter, till it was mostly air. Still we stayed another minute, maybe 2 or maybe 10. Not because there was a reason, just not ready for the end. Maybe connection lies strongest in the spaces before goodbye, where nobody owes a future. Still nobody wants to drive. Parking lot weather, street lights fading into dawn. No big story came from it, still the feeling carried on. Parking lot weather, windows down, slow goodbye. And somehow that unfinished moment still circles back sometimes. Yeah, car door closed, soft in the dark. Heat rising off the ground. Parking lot weather, still hanging somewhere around. Nobody rushing anywhere tonight. Clock light glowing by the bed, blue and quiet, almost dead. Rain tapping lightly on the vent, like it forgot what falling meant. Shoes kicked somewhere near the door, keys still scattered on the floor. I said I cleaned the place today, but the evening got in the way. And honestly I let it, no guilt attached to resting. For once the world can spin without me trying to direct it. No deadlines in the room, no pressure dressed as truth. Just a little air to breathe, and enough space to loosen me. Phone face down, TV low, city dim behind the smoke. Everything can wait a while, nothing's leaving if I slow down. No urgency tonight, no need to optimize. I'm not chasing anything, and somehow that feels right. Ain't no urgency tonight, let the hours move how they like. Some days don't need a purpose to feel alive. Yeah, I used to fill the silence fast, like empty space would never last. Every second had to lead to something bigger than the scene. Now I kinda like the drift, the unfinished shape of it. Been percolating, dishes stacked. Nothing polished, nothing tracked. Neighbor laughing through the wall, train line humming after dark. Tiny ordinary sounds holding this apartment down. And I don't need the night explained, don't need progress tied to pain. Maybe peace arrives much softer than I train myself to think. No dramatic healing here, no sudden clarity appears. Just my shoulders dropping slow, like they finally got the note. Outside taxi smear the rain, inside everything remains loose enough to finally fit the shape of how I actually live. No urgency to my street lights fading silver white. I let the minutes pass me by without turning them into a fight. No urgency tonight, no perfect use of time. Still somehow the quiet hours leave the deepest kind of light. Maybe exhaustion isn't always physical. Maybe it's the weight of constant motion, the feeling that every pause needs justification. But tonight nothing asks for proof. Not the rain, not the room, not the half-read book beside me, or the record spinning through. And somewhere between midnight and the refrigerator hum, I stopped feeling behind in life for the first time in months. No urgency tonight, everything arriving slow, like the world softened its edges just enough to let me go. No urgency tonight, no destination in sight. Still I think I'll remember how easy breathing felt tonight. Nothing solved, nothing missing, no urgency tonight. And maybe that was all I needed. Yeah. Typing bubble disappeared again. Yeah. Phone lit up at 2:13. Your name glowing soft and green. Still awake was all it said, but it pulled me out my head. Rain was sliding down the fire escape, city breathing under gray. I stared a little before I wrote, like timing changed the way to words. Somewhere between replies, something honest starts to rise. Not fast enough to call it love, too close to call it casual. Yeah, yeah. No promises in sight, no where is this tonight? Just two people leaving space for silence to participate. Yeah, you send half a thought, I answer half awake. Still somehow the unfinished parts feel like the realest thing we make. Somewhere between replies, we built a little atmosphere. No dramatic declaration, still it felt like you were here. Somewhere between replies, late night glow and tired eyes. Funny how connection grows in the pauses we don't hide. Morning came without goodbye, just your message hours behind. Sorry, fell asleep again. I smiled harder than I should've then. Yeah, funny what the mind can do with tiny digital proof. A sentence barely 5 words long, carry someone through a room. Yeah, and we never forced the pace, never rushed to name the shape. Maybe labels close the air too early for things still becoming. So we stayed inside the drift of almost in little hints, learning each other slowly through time and more than sentences. Some nights you disappear, then show back up sincere, like neither one of us needs constant proof to trust. No pressure to perform, no perfect rhythm form. Still every quiet check-in feels warmer than expected. Somewhere between replies, the feeling learned to breathe. Not loud enough to interrupt, just steady underneath. Somewhere between replies, screams fading into blue. I never knew how much a pause could start resembling truth. Yeah. Maybe modern love sounds softer than the movie said it would. Maybe it's less fireworks exploding, more someone checking if you're good. Maybe intimacy now lives in little glowing signs, a name appearing late at night at exactly the right time. And even when we leave each other waiting, it never feels severe, because the space between responses still somehow keeps you near. Somewhere between replies, no beginning, no clear end. Still the feeling kept unfolding like a song without a tense. Somewhere between replies, midnight resting in my room, and every small unfinished message left a little more of you. Yeah. Typing bubble, gone again. Still smiling at the screen. Somewhere between replies, something stayed alive in me. Street lights coming on slow tonight. Train doors closed behind my back. City breathing through the cracks. Corner store still glowing blue. Same old man buying the news. Crosswalk blinking at a time. Taxi headlights dragging lines. I've walked this road so many nights. Still it changes in this light. Not in a hurry to arrive, kinda letting the distance decide. Somewhere between leaving and home, feels more honest on my own. I don't need the night explained, don't need meaning in the rain. Just the sound of rubber tires and apartment window light. Half the world already sleeps, other half still chasing things. I'm just drifting in between. Halfway home again, halfway home again. Not lost, not there yet. Just moving with the city slow, like it knows where I should end. Halfway home again, nothing pulling at my hands. Every block feels soft tonight, like the world forgot its plans. Someone laughing from above, balcony spilling yellow buzz, window fan and TV glow. Tiny lives I'll never know. Phone stays quiet in my coat, no missed calls to interrupt. Funny how the silence feels more complete than being touched. I used to fill these walks with noise, songs and podcasts, restless thoughts. Now I kinda like the space where nothing's asking to be solved. Every step keeps loose time with the rhythm in my mind. No destination pressing hard, no performance after dark. Just the pavement and the air, and the feeling I can spare. One more hour, not becoming anything for anyone. Halfway home again, somewhere soft between who I was all afternoon and whoever sleeps in me. Halfway home again, street lights washing gold, even loneliness tonight This is why I walk long after I need to. Not to reach another place, but to slowly pass through. All the pressure leaves in pieces somewhere after Avenue 3. By the time I reach my door, there's a lighter version of me. And the city never notices, never asks me where I've been. Still it holds me every night, like a quiet oldest friend. Halfway home again, breathing with the traffic flow. Every passing little sound makes me feel a little known. Halfway home again, no dramatic end, just the comfort of becoming someone softer by the end. Yeah, halfway home again, still walking slow. Yeah. Late crowd almost gone. Kitchen lights humming low. Corner booth beside the glass. Rain keeps sliding slow and fast. Waitress wipes the empty bar. Looks at me but not too hard. Menu folded in my hand, like I came here with a plan. Truth is I just needed space, with a little human noise in place. Table for nobody tonight, still they set the silver right. Funny how a lonely room can feel gentle when it doesn't assume. No performance left to give, no pretend that I'm out with it. Just me breathing in the steam of a half-lit evening scene. Phone face down beside the plate, nothing urgent, gonna wait for a while. I can't exist without needing to be missed. Table for nobody, but the night still let me in. Coffee cooling slowly while the city moved again. Table for nobody, and somehow that felt fine. Not every empty chair needs somebody by your side. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Couple laughing near the door, old man sleeping by the sports score. Everybody passing through, different reasons, different moods. I stopped trying to decode why being alone felt cold. Maybe it was never that, maybe I just fought the fact. There's a peace in sitting still, without needing to fulfill some perfect movie version of what a Friday night should feel. And the waitress asked once more, need anything? I almost said, yeah, maybe less noise in my head, but I just smiled instead. Outside taxis streaked in red, inside old soul records bled through the speakers, soft and warm, like comfort taking form. And for once I didn't rush to turn silence into touch. I just let the moment be small enough to breathe. A table for nobody, still the room held space for me. No grand revelation, just a quiet kind of ease. A table for nobody, but I wasn't incomplete. Some nights don't need company to feel beautifully deep, yeah, yeah. I used to think connection always had to speak out loud. Now I think it lives in smaller things, like not needing a crowd, like knowing the world keeps turning even when you disappear, and finding that a little distance can can make your own voice clear. Maybe solitude ain't absence, maybe it's relief. Maybe peace arrives unnoticed between hunger and receipt. Table for nobody, last call in the air. Still I sat a little longer, like I belong there. Table for nobody, rain fading down the street, and for the first time in a while, my own company felt sweet. Yeah, chair pushed back slow, tip left underneath the glass. Table for nobody, still one of the better nights I've had. Yeah. Hear that? Radio barely holding the station. Balcony door half open wide. Summer air and passing lights. Plastic chair against the rail. Ashtray full, paint chip pale. Your hair moved with the traffic wind. Late night voices drifting in. Neither one of us said much. Still the silence stayed in touch. Radio singing through the static haze. Half the words just fell away. Funny how the missing parts still sounded honest in the dark. Nobody trying to impress, nobody reaching for the next. Just two shadows leaning still, letting midnight choose the field. No dramatic point to prove, nothing heavy left to move. Just enough sound in the air to remind us we were there. Static on the balcony, city glowing underneath. Signal breaking, voices blur, still somehow it all gets heard. Static on the balcony, nothing clear but everything deep. We let the noise turn into calm and stayed there till the night was gone. Yeah, yeah. Down below the taxis rolled like tire stories getting old. Neon flickered on and off, rain smell rising from the block. You laughed once then looked away, like the moment might break if we touched it with too much thought. So we let it stay unfocused. Phone screens dark beside the door, neither cared to check before. For a while the world outside could spin without us deciding why. Maybe pieces sounding small, like a weak transmission call. Not loud enough to steal the room, just enough to drift through you. Maybe love looks more like this, shared air and unfinished sentences. No perfect line, no grand reveal, just a quiet thing that feels real. Static on the balcony, night unfolding patiently. Every broken little sound made the silence softer somehow. Static on the balcony, nothing solved, nothing complete. Still I think about that air like some part of me stayed there, yeah, yeah. Soon the station disappeared, only static left to hear. But we never turned it off, never needed something clear. There's a comfort in distortion when you stop demanding sense. Some nights don't need resolution to mean something in the end. So we stayed until the sky started fading out of blue. Neither saying don't go yet, like we both already knew. Static on the balcony, morning light beneath our feet. Signal gone, but late day breathing slow again. Curtains sway in a tired breeze. Coffee rings on the magazine. Neighbors talking down the hall like they got nowhere else to fall. The ceiling fan keeps lazy time turning circles through my mind. No ambition in the air, just enough to keep me there. Street lights waiting not to shine. Evening balance in the line between disappearing gold and another night unfolding. Nothing pulling at my sleeve, nothing asking me to leave. Windows glowing soft and low like they already know. Some days don't need to mean a thing, no dramatic awakening, just a body still and warm, watching quiet take its form. Amber hours stay a while, leave me somewhere in between the miles. I don't fight it, I don't force it, I just breathe through amber hour, yeah, yeah. Amber hour, soft and slow, every little shadow moving gold. I don't need to understand it, I just live inside amber hour. Dust hangs still above the floor, like it settled here before. Old train humming far away, breaking through the fading day. Phone untouched beside the bed, too many words already said. Even silence feels complete, resting heavy in the heat. Clock hands barely seem to move, like they forgot what time should prove. Everything outside can wait while the room recalibrates. If tomorrow wants my name, it can call me just the same. I'm not hiding, not pretending, just somewhere the light is bending. Every second stretching thin, like the night can't quite begin, and the world slows down enough to almost feel like love. Amber hour, stay a while, leave me drifting in your patient style. I don't fight it, I don't force it, I just move through amber hour, yeah, yeah. Amber hour, dim and sweet, halfway dancing with the summer heat. I don't rush to understand it, I just stay inside amber hour. Soon the blue will take the sky and the day will close its eyes, but for now it hangs above, soft as unfinished love. So let the moment blur the edge, let it lean, don't make it land. Some things only stay alive when you never hold them tight. Amber hour, ooh, nothing ending, nothing loud, just the city breathing out, yeah. Amber hour. Hey, yeah. Everything moving in a proper way. The clock tilts lazy on the painted wall. Sunlight crawls like it might not fall. Cars pass slow like they're thinking twice, reading the air before rolling dice. I'm not ahead, I'm not behind, just orbiting a softer kind of time. Thoughts don't rush, they don't collide, they just drift in the yellow light, yeah. shoes untied, mind half awake. Nothing here I need to chase. Roads hums like a distant tide, pulling nothing out of line. No green light telling me to go, no red light saying stop the flow. Just space where decisions fade into something gently made. Yellow light, afternoon, nothing ending, nothing soon. I don't rush, I don't reason, I just move in yellow light afternoon. Yeah, yellow light afternoon. Everything feels half in tune. I don't rush, I don't reason, I just live in yellow light afternoon. Water glass, sweating on the wood. Nothing urgent, nothing should. Shadows stretch like they understand. Time slipping through a relaxed hand. Phone face down, no demand. World still turning where I stand. Even silence feels arranged, like it learned how to stay unchanged. If the moment calls my name, I don't answer just the same. Not resisting, not escaping, just existing, lightly shaping. Every second bends and stays in this slow unforced haze, like the day forgot to choose, so it gave itself to blues. Yellow light afternoon, floating under no real tune. I don't rush, I don't reason, I just ride this yellow light afternoon. Yeah, yellow light afternoon, softly drifting out of tune. I don't rush, I don't reason, I just stay in yellow light afternoon. Soon it shifts, I know it will. Light will tilt, then time will spill. But for now it's hanging still, like a note that lost its will. And I don't need to interfere with a moment this sincere. Let it linger, let it stay, before it gently slips away. Yeah, yellow light afternoon. Everything moving, but nothing too soon. Yeah, yellow light afternoon. Yeah. Phone face down beside the keys. Morning moving lazily. Open tabs we never read. Half the thoughts stayed in our heads. Someone laughed across the room. Nothing urgent had to bloom. Cross one small thing off the page. Still felt decent by the day. No alarms inside the chest. No obsession, dressed as best. Just enough to say we tried. Then we let the hours slide. Guess this counts as working out. Shared a shrug and figured out not every fire needs burning down. Guess this counts as working out. Guess this counts as working out. Slow down. Yeah. Rain kept tapping on the glass. We watched the whole afternoon pass. And one email called it good. Probably more than we should. Conversation drifting wide. Nothing really to decide. Calendar still looked intense from a very safe distance. No one trying to impress, no performance in the mess. Just enough momentum there to keep floating through the air. Maybe balance isn't loud, maybe peace still makes us proud. Maybe slowing doesn't mean anything is in between. Guess this counts as working out. Moved a little, stayed around. Didn't win, but didn't drown. Guess this counts as working out. Guess this counts as working out. Stay here, stay here. Stay here, stay here. Yeah, there's a freedom in the pause, in not fixing every thought. Left some questions unresolved, still somehow the day felt soft. We stopped dreaming. Yeah. Phone face down beside the keys. Morning moving lazily. Open tabs we never read. Half the thoughts stayed in our heads. Someone laughed across the room. Nothing urgent had to bloom. Cross one small thing off the page. Still felt decent by the day. No alarms inside the chest. No obsession dressed as best. Just enough to say we tried. Then we let the hours slide. Guess this counts as working out. Shared a shrug and figured out. Not every fire needs burning down. Guess this counts as working out. Guess this counts as working out. Slow down, slow down. Yeah, hey. Rain kept tapping on the glass. We watched the whole afternoon pass. Sent one email, called it good. Probably more than we should. Conversation drifting wide. Nothing really to decide. Calendar still looked intense from a very safe distance. No one trying to impress. No performance in the mess. Just enough momentum there to keep floating through the air. Maybe balance isn't loud. Maybe peace still makes us proud. Maybe slowing doesn't mean anything is in between. Guess this counts as working out. Moved a little, stayed around. Didn't win, but didn't drown. Guess this counts as working out. Guess this counts as working out. Stay here, stay here. Stay here, stay here. There's a freedom in the pause, in not fixing every thought. Left some questions unresolved. Still somehow the day felt soft. We stopped dreaming. We didn't chase this calm. It just came like late night air drifting through the frame. No push, nothing left to explain. We didn't chase this calm. It just came. Yeah. Street lights melting on the hardwood floor. Taxi sounds floating past the door. Takeout sitting half untouched. Talking low without saying much. No deep plans, no fixed ideas. Just background songs and fading fears. I stopped asking what this could mean. Some things work better in between. You swear to hanging off the couch like it found its way somehow. I was moving slow and wide. No reason left to organize. If the morning changes shape, tonight still landed in the right place. We're not trying to make it grand, just letting the quiet land. We didn't chase this calm. It just came. No signals flashing, no game to play. It's strange how easy peace can stay. We didn't chase this calm. It just came. Maybe maybe ease is underrated now. A softer rhythm we forgot about. No fireworks above the scene, just two people sitting clean. Window cracked to let the city through. Cool air mixing into you. If this fades when daylight shows, that doesn't mean it mattered less. I spent years running toward the loud, trying hard to stand out proud. Now a quiet room and lowered lights feel enough to hold tonight. No countdowns, no demands, no need to understand. Just breathing in the same slow pace while the evening rearranges space. We didn't chase this calm, it just came like a soft refrain we never named. No future tense, no promises made. We didn't chase this calm, it just came. No light, warm room, nothing ending too soon. No plan, no race, no race. Afternoon across the street, warm and moving with the beat. Every window catching gold, same old city, never old. Shoes keep landing right on time, like the rhythms built inside. Nothing pulling me too fast, just a feeling built to last, yeah. Sun hangs high above the signs, everything just feels aligned. People crossing side to side, still the whole world seems in stride. Bus doors open, engines hum, all the little sounds become part of something smooth and low, like the day already knows. No big reason left to find, quiet comfort in my mind. Every corner feels relaxed, nothing missing, nothing lacks. If the moment keeps this pace, I can move through any place. Every second feels complete with the rhythm underneath. Afternoon, easy glow, let the whole world move you slow. Nothing sharp, nothing wrong, just enough to pull along. Afternoon, stay in line, everything just feels on time. No delay, nowhere to run, just moving with the sun. Traffic fading in the back, still I never lose the track. Every motion soft and clean like a slow repeating scene. Heat rising from the road, still it never feels too close. Every shadow underneath moves together with my feet. No more thinking where to go, only following the flow. If it stays this calm and bright, I go walk into the night. Nothing more I need to chase, everything already placed. Every step just feels so true, like the day was made to move. No rush now, just right. Keep the rhythm by your side. Afternoon, easy glow, feel the city moving slow. Step by step, light by light, everything just feels right. Afternoon, breathe it in, let the quiet settle in. Right here where the colors stay, I could move like this all day. Hey, curtains moving with the breeze, sunlight falling through the trees, little sounds from down the hall, nothing heavy keys and footsteps passing trains, tiny patterns in my brain, a warm cup sitting in my hand like the day already planned. People talking out of range, still it all feels kinda safe. Every corner, every sign seems to land right on time. Crosswalk blinking slow and green, softest morning I have seen. Same old city, same old sky, still it feels a little bright. Slow awake, steady pace, morning settling into place. Nothing sharp, nothing wild, just enough to make me smile. Slow awake, moving free, everything comes naturally. Hold it close, let it stay, feels like a good kind of day. Feels like a good kind of day. Bicycle wheels along the road, tiny echoes come and go. Coffee shops and traffic lights blur together, feeling right. No big answers left to find, just this quiet state of mind. Every breath and every sound keeps me steady, keeps me down. Clouds are drifting overhead, easy thoughts inside my head. Nothing calling me away, I could walk like this all day. Morning fading into noon, still the feeling lingers through. Even when the caffeine ends, something calm around me stays. Slow awake, steady pace, morning settling into place. Nothing sharp, nothing wild, just enough to make me smile. Slow awake, moving free, everything comes naturally. Hold it close, let it stay, feels like a good kind of day. Take your time, breathe it in, know me now to begin. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Slow awake, easy flow, let the feeling guide you home. Nothing lost, nothing late, everything just feels okay. Slow awake, step outside, morning moving by your side. Right here now, I can see this is where I wanna be. This is where I wanna be. We didn't force this vibe, it just grew. Like late night colors in a quiet room. No push, nothing we had to prove. We didn't force this vibe, it just grew. Soft rain tapping on the fire escape, TV glowing but we barely watch the frame. Take out boxes stacked beside the sink, halfway through another drifting thing. No deep dive, no heavy scene, just staying somewhere in between. You lean back into the couch like sleeping, and the whole room settled naturally. Your voice slow through the static hum, talking slow like time forgot to run. I stop checking every passing hour, let the silence keep its gentle power. If this moment leaves, it leaves okay. Didn't ask it for another day. Some nights don't arrive with signs, they just unfold at the perfect time. We didn't force this vibe, it just grew. Like background songs you somehow knew. No chase, no fear, nothing overdue. We didn't force this vibe, it just grew. Maybe peace is smaller than we thought, just a room where nothing's being fought. No grand meaning hanging in the air, just breathing easy with somebody there. Street outside moving soft and slow, headlights sliding across the floor. I used to need a spark, a change, now calm feels kinda underrated. And if this phase of morning like that doesn't make tonight less right. Some things land without a sound, still somehow they stick around. No big promises to keep, no digging underneath. Just a moment, sitting still, and somehow that feels real. I let go of figuring out what this was supposed to be about. And the second that I did, everything relaxed a bit. We didn't force